Welcome everyone to the final video of our homily series, Following Jesus. Wow, what a journey this has been. If you went to Mass this last weekend, can you believe how great the timing has worked out? What was the gospel reading? If you're with your small group and know the answer, say it out loud. The greatest commandment was the gospel reading. Throughout this series, we've been looking at following Jesus as the answer to that big question, what is the meaning of my life? And we've explored how by starting with those two pillars of Jesus' teaching, the greatest commandment and the Great Commission, we get 4 steps we can take to follow Jesus more closely. Last week, we looked at the invite aspect of connect and invite. We're calling this last week of this series, Love Your Neighbor. And we're looking at the connect aspect of that step, which, if you recall, stems from Jesus' call to love our neighbor as ourselves in the greatest commandment. I recall Father Trout once sharing in a homily about a woman who came to Mass here at St. Joe's, and upon leaving, she mentioned to Father Trout that she was new, but that no one spoke to her while she was here. That was a wake-up call for us. It was one of those never again moments. You see, if we come to church only to receive and not to give to God in worship and to connect with one another in community, we're missing out on all that being part of a church family is supposed to be. See, we're supposed to be the ultimate place of community and belonging this side of heaven. The Bible is clear from literally the first book, Genesis, that we're not meant to be alone, going all the way back to Adam and Eve. We also know from the Bible that 2 are better than 1. And in case you're wondering, the Catechism is also clear about this same truth. We know community is important because Jesus chooses to be with us in community. Remember when he says that where 2 or 3 are gathered in his name, he's there. The church teaches that this community, the church, was started by Jesus and it belongs to God. We are God's family. Need I say more about why being truly connected with your parish is important? Okay. So we've got that the Bible and Catholic teaching tell us that community in the church is very important, but how should it look? This is where St. Paul is very helpful. He says in 1 Corinthians, as a body is one, though it has many parts, and all the parts of the body, though many, are one body, so also Christ. For in one Spirit we were all baptized into one body, whether Jews or Greeks, slaves or free persons, and we are all given to drink of one Spirit. The Catechism has a closely related statement. Baptism incorporates us into the church. From the baptismal fonts is born the people of God, of the new covenant, which transcends all the natural or human limits of nations, culture, races, and sexes. So you can see that we're not a social club, nor are we a sacrament dispensary. We're meant to be so much more. We are a family on a mission. The way we love one another in our unity is so important because it's how others know that we are followers of Jesus. We know that's true because Jesus himself said so. This is why Connect and Invite are together. We are a community, and we're called to bring other people into this one-of-a-kind community, the church. Now this all might sound nice and fluffy, right? Imagining everybody getting along, loving each other in perfect harmony, but we know that real life doesn't make that easy. We weren't promised easy community, but we were promised worth it. Even the best relationships in our lives have difficult moments, but we find a way through love, compassion, trust, and open communication. And as a church, through our shared love for Jesus Christ. That's how a healthy church family should work. So if you've been coming to Mass on Sundays, but aren't connected in any other way, I think it's your time to step up, step in, and get to know your family. Come to a community event or volunteer in a ministry. If you've been part of St. Joe's for a while, when was the last time you met new people in your parish family? What can you do to make that happen? Healthy parish life takes intention. And finally, in closing, as we conclude these 6 weeks, my prayer and my hope is that you feel equipped with next steps to take to follow Jesus more closely. That you experience how exercising these 4 key steps will start to fill your life with meaning and direction and with what matters. I hope this has encouraged you too, that you can do this. You can follow Jesus. You never do it alone. We have one another and the Holy Spirit. St. Joe's, this has been an absolute joy. Thank you for investing time in your faith. I'm confident that that investment will produce fruit in your life. I know it has for me. The series ends this week, but the journey continues. Check out the website for info on our next homily series starting November 4th and 5th. We'll be doing a deeper dive into the serve step of following Jesus, and all our upcoming homily series through Easter will be a deeper dive into each step. So, what's our next step going to be? What are you and the people in your group going to do next to keep following Jesus? I'll see you Sunday.